Hi, everyone. Okay, it's time for the afternoon meeting. I'm going to get started because I don't think anybody is going to join me. So I hope that you had a good day. Please let me know. Send me a message. Leave me a message here. You can always add comments under what I post. You can also message me on class tag or call me at the classroom. Let me know how it went, okay? Or also turning in your daily reflection page is a good way to let me know how your day was. Okay, I would like to hear from you, even if you're not in school today. So you 3 students or 4 students really that are not at school with me today, let me know. Check in with me, please. Okay, so there's some lessons I posted earlier. Here's my afternoon math lesson. We went over addition problems, and I did one current events lesson. We watched a news story on the online and wrote about it a little bit in our current events worksheet. And then we had our morning lessons, the National Day Journal, and our fall journal. We're going to be talking a lot about fall, and our morning meeting. So there was the lessons, and then this one, and I don't know, maybe one more, or I might just be combining this afternoon meeting with another boom card lesson. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so right now let's do the daily reflection page. Okay, so this is where you can tell me about your day and how was your day. And you know what? I think for students that are going to be in class, we're going to start doing these in class too. So you can start reflecting on your day. Okay, so I'm going to print my name and I'm going to write the date. So today is 11 for November. We're getting really close to December. Can't believe it. Okay, November 2nd, 2020. Okay, how was your day? Was your day awful, the worst ever, a 1, or the best ever? I would say my day was pretty good. The students in class today did really well. We did good. How did you do your best today? I did my best by working hard, making safe choices, being a good friend, listening to teachers, or following rules. I guess I would pick following rules. We followed rules today. Okay, and how could you have done better? I could have done better by working hard, making safe choices, being a good friend, listening to teachers, or following rules. I don't know. I'll pick maybe being a good friend, but maybe you pick something different, like working hard. Did you work hard at home? Were you listening to your teachers at home? Were you following the rules? Were you making safe choices? Tell me about it. Okay. Oops, I didn't realize all these markings were still here. I thought I took all this off. Sorry about that. Okay, so what was your favorite part of school today? Was it reading, math, lunch, art, PE, technology, or therapy? I'm gonna circle lunch. Was good today. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and draw a picture of my lunch. Okay, maybe let's see if you can guess what I had for lunch today from my drawing. Okay, so that was my lunch. Okay, and that's my daily reflection. So make sure you complete yours, turn it in so I can see it. Oh, okay, well, I have not turned in my worksheet. If you do this on the digital activity, you see that that fun little animation. Okay, so make sure you turn in your worksheet so you can see that and I can see your worksheet. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and sign into Boom Cards so we can do a little bit of that. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna sign into my student account. And you know what, this month I'm gonna be working on getting everybody an account to use, and I hope that you will be using them. Okay. So what I'm gonna look at is fall sequencing.
Jaden needs to rake up the leaves in his garden. What happens next?
Okay, so we've already practiced these before. So if you remember, it's sequencing. So we're talking about something that happens and then we need to find out what happens next and what happens after that and what happens last, okay? So this one, it says Jaden needs to rake up leaves in his yard. What happens next? Okay, so let's see if we can guess. He makes a medium pile, he makes a small pile, or he makes a large pile of leaves. What do you think is next? Is it the medium pile?
Whoops. Jaden needs to rake up the leaves in his garden. What happens next?
Okay, that's a little loud. Okay, so what happens? Not the medium pile. How about a small pile? He makes a small pile. Yes, that's correct.
Jaden rakes a small pile. What happens next?
Okay, so after he rakes a small pile, what happens next? He makes a large pile, he has no pile, or a medium pile. What do you think it is? Large pile?
Whoops. Jaden rakes a small pile.
No.
What happens next?
No pile?
Whoops. Jaden rakes a small pile. What happens next?
A medium pile. So you go small, medium,
Jaden rakes a medium-sized pile. What happens next?
Okay, so he rakes a medium-sized pile of leaves. What's next? No pile, a large pile, or a small pile? Well, he wouldn't go back to having no pile, right? Or having a small pile. That's going backwards. He has a large pile of leaves, maybe? Let's see. Yes, that's correct.
Jaden finished raking a large pile of leaves. You got it. Are you ready to put them in order? Click the arrow to begin.
Okay, now is when we get to put them all in order from the first to the last picture. So let's click the arrow if we're ready.
Put the pictures in the order of how they happened.
Okay, so we have first, second, third, or last. Okay, what picture comes first? Probably when Jaden is just about to start raking leaves and he has no pile. I think that's first. What do you think? Okay, what's next? Maybe him raking a small pile of leaves. Which one's the small pile? Do you think it's that one? Do you think it's that one or that one? Let's see. Is it that one? That one is the smallest pile. Okay, what's next? What's the third picture? The medium pile of leaves or the large pile of leaves? What do you think? Medium or large? Probably medium, right? And the last picture, Jaden rakes a large pile of leaves. Is that correct? Let's see. Well, let's see if we're correct. Maybe submit. We're correct.
The squirrel has an ear of corn. What happens next?
Okay, so our next scenario, a squirrel has an ear of corn. What do you think he does next? He starts to eat, he finishes eating it, or he eats half of the corn. What do you think? What would be logical next? Him finishing the corn?
Whoops. The squirrel has an ear of corn.
No.
What happens next?
He probably starts to eat it, right? Let's see. That's correct.
He starts to eat the corn. What happens next?
Okay, so he starts to eat the corn. What happens next? He has the corn, he eats half the corn, or he finishes the corn. Well, he started eating it here. Okay, so he's not gonna go back to having the whole ear of corn, right? So maybe he eats half of it. That's correct.
He eats half the corn. What happens next?
Okay, what's after eating half the corn? Finishing the corn, having the corn again, or starting the corn. These two are going backwards. Okay, he finishes the corn maybe.
He finishes the corn. You got it. Are you ready to put them in order? Click the arrow to begin.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put these pictures in order, and then we're gonna end the lesson there, okay? So are we ready? We're gonna put all the pictures of the squirrel eating corn in the correct order.
Put the pictures in the order of how they happened.
Okay, so we put them in order of how they happened. The first picture, the second picture, the third picture, or the last picture. Okay, so here we have him eating all the corn. Look, there's no corn kernels left on the cob. Here he ate about half of the corn. Was that first? Probably not. Here he has a whole ear of corn with all the kernels on it. He hasn't eaten anything. Is that first maybe? Or here where he's just starting to eat a little bit of the corn. Okay, what do you think goes first? Maybe him having one whole ear of corn with all the kernels, nothing bitten. Okay, what goes second? Maybe him taking a few bites and starting to eat it. Okay, what's third? Him all finished with the corn or him about halfway finished with the corn? Probably eating about half of the corn. So the last one would be being all finished with the corn. Let's see if we got them right. So here's first, second, third, and last. Let's submit it and see if we got it right. We were correct. Well done. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. And that's it for our lesson for this afternoon. I will put a link to the cards so you can play them at home. Okay, if you have any other questions or need anything else, I'm here, so you can call me here in the classroom. Okay, goodbye.